What's happening, YouTube? Caliber here. We're here to do another 7 Deadly Sins video, guys. We're going to be talking about guild bosses. I've had a lot of questions. How do you hit high scores on guild bosses? I'm going to show you what I'm doing, maybe some suggestions that could help you out if you don't have the characters. So let's just hop in here and do some guild bosses. All right. Knighthood boss battles, guild bosses, whatever you want to call them. There's a couple ways of going about these. You probably have noticed in your guild, you'll see people with really high scores and you're like, huh? How did that happen? I'm going to show you a couple ways to make this happen. All right, so the first comp that I'm going to do, okay, so we're going to break this down real quick. I'm not a guild boss expert. There's plenty of people in my guild that do better than me, but I can kind of give you the basics, give you the ideas, what you need. A lot of this is just RNG, period. So, you know, normal guild bosses, you want some type of attack buffer, I'm guessing. Helbram is like one of the better ones because he buffs everything attack-wise. Then you want a good freezer, all right? So you got Merlin here. You also want to rank up as quick as possible. So we have Gauther here, and then Jericho here is here to do the big D. All right, so one of the better foods to eat in this is honey apple pie. Start the battle with ultimate gauge at 1. That's going to help out a whole ton on this. So we're going to go ahead and eat some apple pie, get ourselves set up to do some big damage on normal mode, guys. All right, so when starting this off, the whole idea behind this is trying to build up to an ult to do the most possible damage. Now, there's a couple characters I think can be very successful at this. One of them maybe being Green King. Jericho is definitely one of them. Jericho's like, that's why Jericho's one of the most sought after units, is because of guild bosses. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to charge our ult. We ate some food, some honey apple pie to get our ult gauge up by 1, but we still need to play around with this a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna toggle back and forth here. Boom, we got it up there, and then we're going to go boom, and then boom, just like that. Try to push her ult as fast as we can. The quicker she gets her ult, the better opportunity we're going to have to get that beautiful one-shot score we're after. Now, I may have went for it a little bit too much on this. Yeah, I may have went for a little bit too much on this, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for a complete one-shot right now, just to kind of give you guys an idea what it's all about. This 80% damage received is going to be super sexy with this beautiful attack here, and 171k right there. Just like that. You just want to do a quick push into that. Granted, you can min-max this. You can try to get yourself a gold. Gold freeze is super helpful. Also, a gold attack buff is going to be super helpful too if you can manage to pull one of those off. The idea behind it is you want to get this done as quick as possible. The more turns that go by, the less your score is going to possibly be. I got 411 off of this with a 2-turn kill, which not too bad. All right, so as far as rewards go here, so we got this reward here. We got a UR chest, so I'm going to go ahead and click this and receive it. Got that reward. Now I'm waiting on the 3 SR pendants here. I have to have 600 score for that. All right, so hard difficulties where it changes a little bit. I have to play this a little bit different. I'm not sure if there's different ways of playing this, but this is how I currently been doing it. I've been going Gauther for the skill push-up, Merlin for the gold freeze, Elizabeth to keep my butt alive, and Jericho to do that pop-de-pop damage, man. And we're gonna go ahead and eat the same food here, the ultimate gauge food. That to me is just like gold. That goes a long way on these fights. Now I've done crit damage food and other food like that. I just like having the ult gauge up there. It seems very helpful. All right, since this fight's gonna take a little bit longer, since this is the hard mode boss, I'm only gonna do a little bit of a cycle here. Nothing too insane. We're gonna go for a 2-turn cycle here. I'm going to go ahead and burn that, and I'm going to go ahead and burn this just for the funs of it, and we are good to go. I know Jericho's going to get her ult sometime soon. I'm not too worried about her getting it, right away. So we got some junk cards here. Ideally, what we would have want was a skill rank up right there. To get a skill rank up, that would have been golden right there. I could have ranked all this stuff up and been in better shape, but we got what we got here, so we're just going to go with what we have. Unfortunately, he does hit you with unhealable, which makes this kind of awkward for me right now. We're just going to go ahead and heal through it right now. And I'm going to go ahead and dump all my possible cards. These are the cards I really want right here. I want a freeze the land, and I want a skill up the land. If I can get those, I'll be in good shape. I'm really hoping I can get some double skill ups here, maybe a skill up to land into here to make this silver, and another skill up before I can make it gold, before I can get the attack buff too. That would be Gucci. So it looks like here we got a freeze. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is, unfortunately, I should have used Jericho. Oh gosh, are we in trouble? We're probably in trouble, right? All right, so I'm going to pop off the hill here. That's going to make Jericho's ult all the way up. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and hold this off right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to the very front here. And I'm going to cycle through the rest of these cards here to make sure they disappear. And we should have Jericho's ult. And hopefully, with everything working right, we should have the right stuff. And we do not have the right stuff, unfortunately. We did not get the cards that we wanted to land in our hand. So luckily, we lived here, I think. Yeah, we're good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on her. I'm going to go ahead and do the freeze here. And I'm going to go ahead and bust out the Jericho ult, and then I'll just use that because it doesn't really matter at this point. We're just looking to do as much damage as possible this turn. If I would have had a golden freeze the turn before, that would have been great. An attack buff from the skill ups would have been great. And we did 700k damage there, which is actually kind of huge. She got a good, nice proc off of that damage wise. So that's going to put me up in the 700s. Very nice. So that's how you do guild bosses, man. You just want to try to make it as quick as possible. You want to try to get that golden freeze as quick as possible, that Jericho ult up as quick as possible, or whoever you're ulting as quick as possible. And you attack buff is nice too. If you like, if I would have had an attack buff on that, that would have been sexy, man. That would have been super sexy. So this is like a quick run through on how guild bosses work, man. Definitely different. As far as like you get your rewards right here. This is all up to you if you want to get this stuff, man. So we're gonna grab these SR pendants. All right, the next one was right there. I forget what that score was, 900. So we got that. I feel like these are, you should really try on this because 50 anvils goes a long way. All I have to do is get a score over here of 500 and above, and I'll be in good shape, man. I'll be able to pull off the scores I need. So one thing I want to point out that I feel is super important, having Gauther there really helps a lot, in my opinion. If you don't have them, you can still do these scores. There's a little bit more RNG with card drops. Having a gold freeze of some sort, Merlin, Gustav, absolutely a must. You need to be able to pull off a gold freeze for that extra 80% silver damage, or if you're doing the gold damage for an extra 200% damage, it's second. There's nothing that even comes close to that. Then you need some heals, man. Some good heals will go a long way with Elizabeth. Any type of healer you can bring in here that can keep you alive on the hard boss goes a long way, and a good strong single target DPS. Now I'm unclear which ones are going to be the best for this. I do know Jericho works. I think Green King can work. Maybe one of the Elizabeths can work a little bit to get you a decent score. I just know Jericho is like the #1 girl that people go for these bosses. That's why I ended up building her for this. All right, so team number 3 here that I've run for the normal bosses, guys. Not really a big deal when it comes to hills because you're looking to 2-turn or 3-turn the boss. So what you want to do is you want to score an attack buff. You want to score a golden attack buff, a golden freeze, and a Jericho ult or an ult of some sort. Boom, you're done. That's it. All right, so I forgot to eat food on this one, guys. So we're just going to do a quick cycle here. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get something happening here. Unfortunately, it really sucks I forgot to eat the food. I really liked Ultimate Gauge food the most. Ultimate Gauge food, just like really, really good stuff, man. Let's see if we can cycle through all this stuff real quick after this boss is done, like slapping people around. This doesn't look like it's going to be a very good round for me, honestly. It does not look like it at all. So we'll dump all these cards off the table real quick. Boom, 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 boom. We'll get rid of this Jericho card too, just like that. Build up a little bit of DPS on this boss. We're hoping that we can get like at least a freeze, an attack buff, and a skill up right there for we can go full buffs. Of course, it's not going to happen that way. You know it doesn't happen that way. You know it doesn't. All right, so we're going to go for a big hit here, guys. All right, we're going to go hit up Merlin here. We're going to combine this freeze And we're gonna go ahead and spam the attack buffage here. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a Jericho attack, maybe. Let's just do that. We don't want to kill him. All right, so I got lucky and had another attack buff card drop. So I'm gonna try to get this to happen right here. So we may get lucky and get some big damage here. So we're gonna go like this. Boom, attack buff. We're gonna go golden freeze into Jericho ult. This has the potential of doing like 700k damage maybe. If so, that would be beautiful, because that would put me at a like 700-800 score, which is exactly what I'm looking for, man. A 1 million damage. That's even better, man. But I had so many turns go by. We'll see what the score this puts me at. Hopefully this is super sexy. 710. There we go. There we go. Living the dream, guys. Just like that. And I'm done for the week. I'm done if I want to be done. Now here's the real catcher about this. All right, even though I've hit 1420 and I'm rank 1 up here, you know, that's all good and dandy. But as you push your rank down right here, once you hit 2%, top 2%, you get like 3 SSR pendants back, if I'm not mistaken. If you're like 3%, I think it's 1 SSR pendant. I'm not exactly sure what this thing is, but the higher you can push your rank in this, the more. And all you have to do is fight these. The more you fight these, the more you get those. Now, another thing I want to point out too, guys, is they have a, you know, hey, if you do a buff, you're gonna get X amount of points and stuff like that. Too much work, too much work. You want to go in there, boom, ult it as quick as possible and get the damage done. As you can see in what I just done, I easily hit my anvils right here just by rushing a ult of some sort. So 50 anvils, I'm done for the week. If I want to be, I'll probably come back in here and do some pushing for the top 2%. You know, it's always nice to have those extra SSR pendants. So guys, I don't know if that helped you or not. Hopefully it did, because I've had a few people ask about guild bosses, and it's like, well, this is how they work. And I felt like, hey, you know what? I think a video would be a little bit better to showcase this, to let people know how the guild bosses work, for there's always a reference out there. But this is how I'm doing my Knighthood boss battles. It took me a while to actually get into them, because I didn't actually hop into them right away. Now that I've hopped into them and I've seen how easy they are, just doing a little bit of card manipulation there, a little bit of ult pushing, goes a long way. Now, one thing I will say, as I have sat there for a half hour trying to get a good score. Normally I don't get good scores right from the get-go like I just did here, but I have sat there for quite a while trying to get a decent score happening. And RNG's RNG, man. You know how it is when you don't get a single freeze any turn. Gauther makes it a little bit easier with the skill push up, but as you can see, the perfect storm, golden freeze, golden attack buff, boom, it's over. GG, game over. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully this helped you out. If it did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.